around 300 years into the future, there were three women who were about to reach their 21st, 23rd, and 25th years, and the two boys who were in their 19 years. Total 5 of them. They had all of the technologies of the future. The television that we see today was at reach anywhere across the world, anywhere across. The television that we see today was within their glasses. They had small eye coverings, by which they just put it across, just like the artificial lenses we have. They put it in the eyes and they could get into a new realm of entertainment, realm of information. They could be transported to different worlds into the future. Although they lived in an area which we know in the modern age as Europe and Morocco joining together, which is the African and the European continent. Although they stayed there, they had all the technologies by which they could be transported anywhere in the world, experience any kind of environment at their beck and call, because those eye lenses, those glasses, the chips within their systems, within the human bodies, could transport them and also get them all the information they wanted. 300 years into the future. Now the 3 girls and the 2 boys, they were from different families, but they were friends. They were good friends in the modern age. Although their physical contacts were quite limited, they were all the time connected as friends through the chips within the human system, through their eye glasses, the contact lenses, which made them together most of the time. The expressions, the experiences that we feel today with the objects, with human touch, they could feel it even at great distances. The same experience they could feel at great distances. And still there was a biological need that they needed to be together. So they used to come together once in a while and then have a good time in the human sense as we see today. But still, their beings were connected with these supercomputers as we see today. But it was not a supercomputer on the outside, the cloud system. The human system was connected to the quantum computers. And the human beings, as they were, as we are today, was one with the technologies of the universe at that time. Was one with the technologies which connect us with the source code of life, which helps us move into the future along with the energies of the earth. The future they were in 300 years from now, you wouldn't see so much of crime. There was no real crime. There were no people with the mindset of getting into the dark force, because with that kind of technology, the governments at that time knew that no person, no individual could be encouraged with the dark mindset, with a mindset which is against the universal force. They themselves were conditioned to be along with the universal force of life which sustains all life on earth with the energies. And that was the only reason that they moved into the future 300 years from today. Even today, as we see today, there are technologies, there are abilities which dark forces can use. But the governments are moving very much with a clear sense of purpose, so that the technology is being developed is with the energies of the earth which sustain all life. And only then will we have meaning in our lives into the future. If you're going to allow any kind of dark force, any kind of negative force, any kind of people with the wrong kind of mindset get into the technologies of the future, those children who were 300 years into the future will not have any future. So as of today, we know that the governments are moving in the right way. As long as we move with the energies of the earth which sustain all life, there need not be any debate of artificial intelligence as we call it. It is not artificial intelligence if it is moving with the energies of the earth. AI is one and in sync with the energies of the earth. And thereby we are assured that any kind of inventions, any kind of technologies, any kind of deep learning, the quantum computers, the computers of the future, the knowledge which will quadruple, as we see just in the past 1 year, technologies have developed and quadrupled. So every 10 years to 25 years, what has happened in the past 50,000 years of evolution in terms of percentage of knowledge gained is gained just in 25 years. And once we are moving with the energies of the earth, we can be assured that we are moving with the source code of life, the source code of God, and all of our inventions, all of our technology, all of our deep learning, the greatest of inventions, the greatest of quantum computers and the technologies into the future, the greatest of chips into the future, which helps us today with all of our systems, which includes our mobile phones, the technologies, the television, our GPS systems, our navigation systems, our electronic systems, the very own electricity that we receive at our homes are controlled by the chips. And into the future, those chips will power us along with the energies of the earth, provided we have a clear direction that we are working for the future generations, for the unborn child, for the energy systems that work all around us, the air, the oxygen, the trees, the gravitational force, the rivers, the lakes, the seas, the rains, the mountains. All of these systems have existed for the past 100,000 years, and today they're still existing. Human beings have come and gone. Millions of human beings have come and gone. We have understood that we are one in sync with the mind of God, and we have foregone the animal instinct within us. The carnal instincts we have foregone, and the reason we are humans, we are called humans, is that we have abilities to be with the creative source of life, and that is the only differentiating factor. We've understood that in clarity, and as long as we are moving with the source code of life, the energies of the earth, we are moving into the future with the greatest of technologies, with the greatest of deep learning, with the source code of life, the source code of the godly force which will guide us into the future. Let's replenish our earth. This is a story of a boy and a girl around 30,000 years back. And we will understand how the life around 30,000 years back correlates to the present time on earth, and also the greatest advancements of science and technology. Now, 30,000 years ago, the brother, sister, family, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, and also the greater members of the family also stayed together. They lived in a cave encampment. It was like a camp of many people who had just the basic systems of life, which includes the basic food, water, shelter. The food was going behind animals which were easy to catch, like the deer, and also they were quite close to the water, so they used to try to fish by throwing pointed sticks at the fish. And they had such kind of aim by which when they threw the sticks at the fish with the pointed arrow-like shaped wooden box, the aim was such and their training was such that they would hit the fish just by sight. And this boy and his sister was trained to catch the fish in such a way. So they used to go into the forest, they used to break the logs, make it into thin sticks, and then sharpen it, and then go into the lake. And then they was to try to catch the best of fish. Since they were learning, they tried and tried, and over a period of time they became experts at catching the fish, because it was not about the aim, it was not about the pressure by which they threw it at the fish. It was about getting to know as to how the fish moved, getting to know what the fish required, and when the fish was at its right time, they used to catch it. They used to throw and catch the fish. So they had an abundance of fish, because they were trained over a period of time. And then the family and the greater members of the family were very happy with them, with the brother and sister team, because they performed really well for their family and for the greater good of their encampment, the society which they lived in, which consisted of cave huts, grass fields, livestock which were basically tamed. It was the beginning of taming the cows for milk, as well as keeping the cows as we see today. But during those times, 30,000 years back, even the cows were kind of wild, So they used to give very little milk, but they were initially in the phases of getting cows to be trained. Livestock, as we see today, was not essentially livestock then. It was a kind of help for the community, which provided food security and also the clothing, The clothing which we see today in terms of textiles were not available then. It was about leather. And also it was used for the construction of their houses. So they had some of the basic tools, which included some of the sharpened stones for cutting, cooking, construction. But everything was on the basic level, as we see today. But the initial phase of human creativity started with sharpening of the sticks, started with finding ways to find shelter, even with a haystack home, or a home which was covered with sheltered leaves. At the beginning of creativity, it began 30,000 years ago, and at a very slow pace. There are advancements in technology of humans. When we say advancements of technology, it started at a very minor scale, by which it started with small stones being turned into instruments. Over a period of time of 30,000 years, till the past 5,000 years back, the advancement of technology moved at a very slow pace, which means that generations were passed on knowledge, and each generation kind of improved to some extent technologies which are already there. For example, a stone slab which was used for cooking over a period of 2,000 or 3,000 years turned into a kind of stone stove by which you could use wood and then put it on fire. So advancement of technology was at a very minimal scale till around 5,000 years back. Until from the past 5,000 years back, technologies have improved at a little more faster pace, which means that there was the use of chariots, there were the use of horses to move about. So it became a little more faster transport. They used to use eagles to convey messages across thousands of kilometers. But still, the advancement of technologies were at a very minor pace. In the past 1,000 years, technology has advanced much faster. But it's only in the past 200 years, and most importantly in the past 150 years, where technology has moved at the fastest pace. And today we have the advancement of the greatest supercomputers, the quantum computers. We've reached a stage of advancement by which our state of advancement will quadruple, which means, as we mentioned before, our states of advancement in terms of science, technology, solving all of the problems of the universe, along with deep learning, along with the quantum computers, along with the greatest of chips, with the most powerful systems, which will help us gain knowledge to a large and fastest pace. As we know today, the advancement in the past 1 year, which includes deep learning, is quadrupling. And what happened in the past 10,000 years can just happen in terms of the scale of evolvement of technology in the next 5 years. So it's not just the scale of advancement. And as we mentioned today, most of the technologies of tomorrow will be kind of obsolete in just 5 years, and such will be the pace. So when there is so much of pace in terms of evolution of technology, we should understand that we can just move along with the energies of the earth. Only then we will have success, only then we will have meaning to life, only then all that we do commit, all that we envision will be successful in the true sense of our being as humans. We must understand that most of the divisions created in humanity, and one of the primary reasons that you see so much of difference between different sections of the society, different sections of people, different sections of countries, different belief systems, and prosperity is a law associated along with it. Prosperity in terms of development associated with geographies across the earth is because of one particular trait in humans. Humans have developed one particular trait over a period of years, which made them believe that certain parts of their thinking, certain parts of the society, certain parts of themselves, their mind, our mind, is much more kind of superior to other beings. There's a sense of clear understanding among different sections of the society due to The tribal mentality, which is associated with humanity around 100,000 years ago. Every tribe believed that their culture, their understanding of life, their way of life, their near and dear ones, their society was much more important than the other tribe. This happened around 100,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago. Humans were living as tribes, as groups, and they evolved their inventions, which right from the Stone Age. And each tribe tried to outdo the other. This also helped in the competitive spirit by which different tribes tried to outdo each other by inventing certain implements which were better than the other tribe, so that they could gain superiority. Ultimately, they wanted to kind of conquer land of each other. But over a period of evolution till today, over a period of 100,000 years, 50,000 years, this tribal mentality still holds in humans. We have forgotten that we have moved out of our tribal mindset of our carnal flesh alone, and we have moved into the creative aspects of the universe, which is one with the source good of God. That is the reality of humans as of now. We are humans because we have the creative spirit, which is different from all other species of life, which includes the tribal mentality of animals. You know, the lion tribe, it has a area for its own, and it guards it. So, and different species of animals also we have evolved from those kind of tribal mindsets and moved into the creative aspects, and that is the only reason that we are humans today. We are one with the creative source of the universe in minute quantities. We can access that force provided we move along with the energies of the earth. The moment we start to move away from the energies of the earth which sustain our life, we are going back to the tribal mindset, and then we are depreciating ourselves. We are letting go of the godly creative source which is within us, and then we are drawn into all kinds of problems in life. So that is the first understanding, and we should know that everything that is in the world today, all the divisions in the world today, emanate from that kind of tribal mentality which was around 50,000, 100,000 years ago. Once we have begun to understand that the creative source of the universe is which unites humans, which helps humans move along with the energies of the earth, which helps us move with the creative source of life, which provides all the life-sustaining energies. Once we understand that, all those divisions will start to melt and become one uniform mindset. You see, when you melt butter, different cubes of butter are different sections, but once it is moved to form a dish, the butter melts, and then it helps give taste to the food. I've just quoted an example. Or it can be any kind of spices. There are different kinds of spices. Each spice has its own uniqueness. Each society has its own uniqueness. But when these spices are formed to form the best of dishes, all the spices melt together and form the best of dishes. Again, I've quoted just an example. In the same way, the divisions created by humanity need not be something which is a blocking stone in terms of human development, in terms of our evolution, in terms of moving with the energies of the earth, in terms of prosperity for the whole of humanity, in terms of stopping all kinds of wars, stopping all kinds of negative influence because of our tribal mentality, which dates back to 50,000 years ago. Today, the latest of AI, the latest of chips, the latest of technologies, the latest of deep learning will help us understand that as humanity we are one. We might have different kinds of development. We should understand that the development in different parts of the world, including Africa, including Europe, including the Americas, including Southeast Asia, including Northeast Asia, including Australasia, including Africa, including all regions of the world, including Russian continent, including all of the countries of the world. The different kinds of development which has occurred is because of this tribal mentality. And some areas of the world have developed because they have thought that their tribe is much more important than someone else. And with that kind of mentality, they have exploited resources of another area. They've exploited people throughout history. And certain tribes have developed, living other tribes of the world, living other countries of the world, fighting for day-to-day cares of life. The people are still in a sense of being underprivileged, a large parts of the earth. Today, AI is going to change that. We should understand. As long as we work with the energies of the earth, from here on, artificial intelligence is no longer artificial intelligence. Once we move away from thinking that it is artificial, once we move away from thinking about a cares of our flesh, once we move with the energies of the earth, artificial intelligence, this is the intelligence of the universe. Because we are working along with the energies of the earth, with the greatest of supercomputers, with the greatest of quantum computers, the greatest of chips which will be developed into the future. And all kinds of development in the future will happen. And AI will be the source by which the whole of humanity will be provided the basics of food, water, shelter, and education. And after which, as I mentioned before, people can prosper on their own along with the energies of the earth. That is the most important factor. People will be provided with all the basic systems of life, basic understanding to prosper along with the energies of the earth. Because that is the only way for the future of humanity. It is the only way. So the source code of life can help the earth, the energies of the earth into the future. For future generations, the unborn child, every energy system that lives on earth, every life system that lives on earth, the food, the water, the shelter for people, the education for the masses of our people will be provided with AI. And they will have the ability to flourish along the energies of the earth. As we said before, you cannot provide a Porsche to everyone on earth. It might be just a joke, but it's a fact. You cannot provide a human mind thinking that a Porsche is the ultimate luxury which someone wants, or the greatest of cars in terms of luxury. That is not what the energies of the earth would want you to do, us to do. We have to move with the energies of the earth so that people can flourish in the true sense of being, in the true sense of being with the eternal energies of life, in the true sense of working with a purpose. And when the purpose is clear, that you're no longer working for the flesh, you're no longer running after money, you're moving with the purpose of the energies of the earth to serve the future generations. All your work, all your desires will be in tune with the energies of the earth, which will work with the future generations. And when you work for the future of the earth, you're moving with the source code of life. Abundance is coming in totality for the whole of the universe. The universe, as we understand, is all about abundance. There are billions and billions of tons of gold, diamonds, which we see as humans as the greatest of wealth. But in the universe, it is just a dust. Billions of tons of gold or billions of tons of diamonds, as we see as humans, is just a dust in the universe. It's all about abundance. If it is not within our reach in terms of a human understanding, it might be very much deep within the earth, or it might be just at the nearest moon or the planets which are surrounding us. And we will have the understanding in future to move along at the greatest distances and take the resources which we want, which might not be available to us on earth in terms of a human understanding. We should understand that the mind of the universe is infinite. We have come to understand as humans that the godly energy is all about goodness in terms of our human needs, in terms of our cares of our flesh. Once we understand that the godly energy is about the intelligence of the universe, we will work along with the intelligence of the universe, and that intelligence of the universe will help us move with the spirit of life. All our inventions into the future, all our understanding today in terms of the greatest of discoveries, which just happened in the just past 1 year. In the next 10 years, as we have mentioned before, the evolution of humans in terms of understanding of knowledge will quadruple, and what happened in the past 50,000 years can just happen in the next 10 to 20 years in terms of the percentage of development of human understanding of knowledge. And with that system of knowledge, we will move into greater prosperity, provided we move with the energies of the earth which sustain all life. Let's replenish our earth.